Alex Ryder here with Special Olympics Washington. We want to thank you for your support and first of all, tell you a little bit more about Special Olympics Washington.
Changing the world is a contact sport. And when it comes to changing the world, there are no better athletes than the athletes of Special Olympics. Every day around the world, Special Olympics athletes come to the playing fields to learn, to grow, to compete, and to win. The Special Olympics athlete oath embodies this spirit. Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. At Special Olympics, we envision a world where everyone belongs, where bravery triumphs, ability emerges, skills grow, laughter invites. The human spirit is unleashed and the world is changed. One volunteer, one fan, one doctor, one teacher, one athlete at a time. Founded by Eunice Kennedy Shriver in 1968, Special Olympics is led by millions of athletes with intellectual disabilities in more than 170 countries, each embodying the beauty of difference. And Special Olympics athletes compete in over 80,000 competitions a year and World, Winter, or Summer Games every 2 years. Special Olympics is an everyday opportunity to make a difference in the world, bringing together people of all abilities to create a world of respect and inclusion. We're a global network of families who share inspiration, hope, and understanding. We're coaches, volunteers, and community builders, reaching out to children and adults who might otherwise be forgotten in some of the most remote parts of the world. And though sports is our engine, Special Olympics is so much more. We're changing the world in many different ways and in many different arenas. We're Special Olympics Healthy Athletes, the world's largest public health organization for people with intellectual disabilities. We're Special Olympics Healthy Communities, changing how governments, businesses, and policymakers address the unmet health needs of adults and children with intellectual disabilities. We're Special Olympics Unified Sports, helping to build relationships and understanding between people with and without intellectual disabilities. We're Special Olympics Young Athletes, unlocking the power of sports for the youngest children, ages 2 to 7, and their families. We're athlete leaders, trained and empowered, demanding respect and leading by example all around the world. Through the power and joy of sports, Special Olympics is revealing the champions in all of us. Come play with us. Together, we will change the world through sport.
All right, so now to tell you just a little bit more about us here specifically at Special Olympics Washington. So first and foremost, so what is an intellectual disability? So the population that we work with, an intellectual disability is a term used to describe a person with certain limitation in their cognitive functioning and other skills, including communication and self-care. These limitations can cause a child to develop and learn slower or differently. Intellectual disability is the most common developmental disability, and the three main types are Down syndrome, autism, and Fragile X. So a little bit about our background and the mission of Special Olympics as a whole. Founded in 1968 by Eunice Kennedy Shriver and the Joseph P. Kennedy Foundation. The goal, of course, is to improve the lives of the intellectually disabled by providing opportunities, promoting inclusion, and creating a community. Through programming in sports, inclusive health, education, and community building, Special Olympics is changing the lives of people with intellectual disabilities. By removing barriers and stigmas that people with intellectual disabilities face so that they can share their gifts and talents with their communities. Everyone who comes in touch with a Special Olympics athlete is impacted in a way that helps them strive to achieve their personal best. Our vision here specifically at Special Olympics Washington, we're a catalyst for inclusion. We aim to be the leader in sports, inclusive health, and community building, empowering children and adults with intellectual disabilities to be valued on and off the playing field. Here at Special Olympics Washington, we were incorporated in 1975, and we're overseen by a board of directors. Participation-wise, We've got over 19,500 athletes that participate all across the state in our Special Olympics Washington activities. Worldwide, this number continues to grow. There are over 5 million athletes competing in Special Olympics programs in 174 countries. And again, this continues to grow, which is exciting. Volunteerism. So this is the one that's really exciting to me. We have more than 10,000 volunteers that support our activities all throughout the state, whether it be in-person basketball events, development events, you name it. We have volunteers who come out and support. And not only are they the day of volunteers, but they're also coaches, sports officials, community members. And then, of course, that main group is our on-site helping with those events that come up. Our coaches and officials are trained and certified at clinics offered by Special Olympics Washington. And then again, the number is huge worldwide with over 1.1 million volunteers supporting programs worldwide. So what makes us unique here, not only at Special Olympics Washington, but Special Olympics as a whole, we division for equitable competition. So you're always going to be playing in an equal level playing field. Awards are given to all participants, medals to the top 3, and then ribbons after that. Sports and programming available to athletes of all ages. We've got a wide range of participant ages, so it's always fun to see the different levels of competitors who come out. We do have a random draw for advancement to national and international levels of competition, and sports and programs are offered at no cost to athletes or their families. Sports by season. So here at Special Olympics Washington, we break it up into 4 different seasons. Typically, our winter season runs from January to March. We have our outdoor sports mainly, so your downhill ski and snowboarding, outdoor cross-country skiing, as well as some indoor skiing type events, as well as the big team sport of basketball. Spring are all our big outdoor events, mainly track and field, soccer, and then also hop in the pool for aquatics. Summer, we have bocce ball, which is always a ton of fun, softball, golf, and then the growth of paddleboarding is really exciting to see. And then finally, our fall season, we have bowling, flag football, volleyball, and gymnastics. Our winter state games are held over in Wenatchee. Our spring state games are held down in Tacoma at Pacific Lutheran University and Joint Base Lewis McChord. Our summer games are held up in the Everett area, and then our fall games are really excited to have over in the Tri-Cities. So volunteer roles, I mentioned it briefly, but we absolutely cannot run here at Special Olympics Washington without the support of volunteers. Like I mentioned, not only are they our day of volunteers who help out, scorekeep, but really the ones who keep this thing moving are our coaches, program directors, results managers, athlete mentors, community outreach facilitators, interns, you name it. Volunteers play a role, and we honestly couldn't do it without them. We do have a lot of other programs and initiatives. The video talked about it briefly, but while sports is a very big piece of what we do, we also offer so many other exciting things, whether it be athlete leadership, family support, healthy athletes, unified sports, young athletes, unified champion schools. The list continues to grow, and we're always looking to add new things. Certainly in this world, not having competitions in person, we've added virtual games and activities that way. So it's always fun to add new things and see how we can build the community a little bit. Healthy Athletes is a large part of what we do. Healthy Athletes program provides free health services and education to Special Olympics athletes and changes the way health systems interact with people with intellectual disabilities. We have Healthy Athlete screenings at all of our state games, as well as some other regional events throughout the year. And screenings are offered in 8 categories like fit feet, fun fitness, special smile, strong minds, all kinds of really exciting ways, whether athletes need to get their eyes checked, their hearing checked. We have a lot of great work, and all these Healthy Athletes clinical providers are volunteers as well who come and give their time to us. So we greatly appreciate that. Unified sports, another super exciting thing, believing in the power of inclusion. In unified sports, people with intellectual disabilities are not the only one who can be athletes. You can be a unified partner and sign up to compete right alongside the athletes. Most of our sports offer some sort of unified component, and it's always exciting to learn more about it. University of Washington has done a great job with their unified programs, and it's always a great thing to jump into and be a part of. Young athletes is another really exciting thing. So when we talk about athletes of all ages can participate, this is kind of along the lines of what we mean. So young athletes is an 8-week sports and play program for children ages 2 through 7, both with and without intellectual disabilities. This program was developed by physical therapists to show an average of 7 months of gross motor skills improvement. So it's a lot of fun to check out. And like I was saying, anyone can jump in and be a part of this. Our unified champion schools, similar to our unified sports model, this is a strategy designed to activate youth, engage educators, and promote school communities of acceptance, respect, and inclusion where all young people are agents of change. We've seen so much growth in the state of Washington and across the country in our unified champion schools, and it's awesome to see this continue to grow and the unified movement grow along with it. And University of Washington has been a great champion for us in this as well. Now I want to have Leah from our team talk a little bit more about athlete leadership and ways to get involved that way.
Hello. Athlete Leadership is a really wonderful program that we offer at Special Olympics Washington. The goal of the program is to empower athletes to be leaders and embrace their skills, develop their skills to be able to take on significant roles within our organization, to really improve all of the opportunities that we offer from the athlete perspective. Here is a list of a few of the opportunities that our athletes have to become leaders. They can be athlete ambassadors. They can take on coaching roles, captain roles. They can help to volunteer as well. They can serve on input councils. Generally, take on the roles within the organization that anyone can fill. The goal being to demonstrate the power and the ability that people with intellectual disabilities have. The way that we structure this program is by first offering our athlete leaders trainings to develop their skills and have the confidence and the ability to take on those roles. So these are trainings that offer skill-based and role-based trainings to directly prepare our athletes to fill those positions. Mentors play a huge role in the athlete leadership training process. Mentors are volunteers who directly support athletes while they are participating in trainings and developing their skills. So mentors will attend trainings with the athletes and then work one-on-one with athletes to develop their leadership goals and to develop ways that they can practice and implement their skills once they've gained them. And from here, I'm going to pass it over to Ellie to share a little bit more about the impact that C4C has had on our organization.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Ellie. I am one of the development directors at Special Olympics Washington, and I get the fun job of sharing the impact that C4C has had with Special Olympics Washington. So I first want to kind of share a little bit about just fundraising impact in general. So we've learned a little bit about healthy athletes. It costs $25 for one athlete to be screened. You can see $250 provides 25 athletes with the athlete leadership training that Leah was talking about. And $1,000 is what it costs for our athletes one athlete to participate in their favorite sport. So keep those numbers in mind as we go through some of the impacts that C4C has had on SOA. Next slide, please, Alex. Thank you. So I'm sure everyone is very well aware of the different ways to volunteer with Special Olympics, but not only is C4C supporting of Special Olympics through their volunteering and their time, but also raising awareness and supporting our mission and raising funds. So next slide, please. As you can see, and you know, the auction and the gala that C4C puts on has raised a ton of money for Special Olympics, but the opportunity that we have to be able to share our mission is just as important. Last year, Mike, pictured here as one of our Special Olympics athletes, was able to actually share his SOA story to everyone in attendance. So this auction and gala supports by not only volunteering but by sharing the mission. And then $1 million is what just this event since 2007 has brought to Special Olympics Washington. So you have not only the volunteer time that it takes to put on these events, all of the details behind the scenes, the awareness it provides us, but also $1 million since just 2007. And C4C has been supporting Special Olympics longer than that. So the auction and gala is just one event that supports Special Olympics through fundraising. One of the events that we actually put on is the polar plunge. We have 6 in the state most years, and the Seattle polar plunge is our largest. And C4C comes and supports in different ways, of course, one of which is actually participating. So I swear it's not as cold as it sounds, and it's only for a minute. But not only do they come and participate, but they raise funds. Last year, C4C Foster School of Business was the #1 top fundraising cool school for the Seattle Polar Plunge, raising over $11,000 at just that one event. But they're also on-site volunteering as well. So we really rely on this awesome group of folks to help us with registration, help us with plunger flow. There was 30 strong last year that we would not be able to host this event without this support. And it goes beyond just polar plunge, although it is one of our favorite events. But these volunteers come and they support us in our office as well. They also have been known to come and support our programs. We've had a lot of folks in the past come and do basketball officiating. We have over 250 volunteers in our database just for C4C. And so the impact that you guys provide us is just impeccable, and we would not be able to function the way that we do without this support. So although you could sit and listen to us all day, we have an awesome message from someone that we think you're going to like.
Hello, my name is Michael Zunick, and I'm a Special Olympics athlete from Seattle, Washington. I play soccer and ski race, plus I'm learning bocce and golf. I've also played basketball. I started ski racing in 6th grade, and now I'm an expert skier in the Winter Games at Mission Ridge. My team is called Ski Hawks, and we do other things together during the year. Soccer has always been a big passion for me. I love to watch and play soccer. With Special Olympics, I have played on Seattle Sounders Unified Team that have taken me to Los Angeles to play against the Galaxy Unified Team, and to Portland to play against the Timbers Unified Team. But the most exciting experience and best soccer experience was representing the United States on Team USA that traveled to Abu Dhabi last year to play on a unified 11-a-side men's team. We took home the bronze medal and had a great experience with the best team and coaches ever. The experience and the fun time I've had learning sports, improving my game, helped me. When I watch other athletes compete, I want to cheer them on to help improve their game. I am excited to have opportunity to be a leader for the athletes and keep improving their game. I want to thank you so much for participating in the Challenge for Charity event and fundraising. Your donations support Washington athletes across Washington State and help to achieve our goal. Thank you.